Hi, this is Lou Ferrigno. You are watching Code 45, and it will definitely put hair on your chest.
All right, I am Beat 'em Down for Code 45 Movie Podcast. I am joined by the legendary Lou Ferrigno. You know him as Sinbad, Hercules, the Incredible Hulk, and now you're going to know him as one of the most badass motherfuckers you've ever seen in your entire life, an Instant Death, because you got a new movie coming out. That's correct?
Yeah, by the way, this is the second interview.
It is the second time.
We lost the sound. We apologize, but this interview is going to be better than the first one.
Yes, it is.
It's always better than the first
It's
one.
all. It's technically, it's
How
a
are
sequel.
you? How are you?
It's good seeing you again, sir. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure last time. So basically, the first question that I have to ask to break the ice that's already been broken is the largest animal that you think you could knock out with your bare hands.
I would say when I was younger, a bear.
So about Sinbad-ish, around that era, where you're like
more
at your
the Hercules
beefiest.
fashion.
Okay, like
Sinbad had more to do with speed, but I would say the Hercules fashion because I was very powerful.
I believe it, man. Actually, you know what? What's the heaviest you ever bench pressed? I'm curious.
560.
God.
Now, my arms at the time were 23 inches cold, and I benched 560. That's with a 2-second port, right from the chest. No cheating, no heavy chest strap, elbow strap, just right off the rack, boom, 560.
So who was your spotter? God? Like who was strong enough to sit there and spot that?
Well, it
bar?
wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
No, it was a friend of my training partner I trained with. He was screaming in my ear, like Mickey and Rock is screaming that you can do it, you can do it. So I just got that bar off the chest. Quite a lot of weight, but I'm not going to do it today.
I understand that. So tell us a little about Instant Death. It's the news movie that's coming out. It's going to be coming out in a couple months, correct?
Yeah, Instant Death is a great movie. It's about a guy, he readjusted back to the special forces. And apparently, he rekindled his relationship with his children because he was married to a British woman. She died. So I fly to England and I meet my daughter, my granddaughters. I begin a nice relationship. This vicious drug gang get a hold of my daughter, cut her eyes out, and they kill my granddaughter. So when I see this in the morgue, I just go berserk. And there's 25 fight scenes. Like I was saying before, I'll say it again, the fight scenes I've learned with John Hackerman, all the fight scenes are believable. Like when you see the movie, it's believable. Like for example, you see the movie Taken with Liam Neeson.
Right.
It's a lot of chop, like Born Identity, but this is like all hard hitting. But for a big man like myself, it's a style that fits me, that you see the film, you say, these are definitely blows. But also you see a side of me as an actor, which is very deep. It's my best, I would say, acting work ever.
I will actually agree, because I saw the trailer myself, because I was really curious about this, because I saw the still photo. You're looking like a complete badass. You got your gun out. You're all beat up. I don't know who managed to get a land to hit on you in the first place. It's probably you from headbutting them. It's probably you hitting, throwing your face at their fist and breaking their hand. But my favorite scene out of that entire trailer, one guy was dumb enough to get too close to you, and you had this huge, giant Rambo knife, and you jammed it into his jugular. And I was wondering, as far as like your favorite, I guess, kill in the movie that you did yourself, like what was your favorite?
Well, that was my favorite, one of my favorite scenes, because I go to the bar scene, I scan the area, I go back in the bar, and you see all these guys, and I just take the bar apart. I mean, every person I get to a fight, they're out of my way, because there's the person in the back that apparently knows the evidence I'm looking for about who killed my granddaughter. So apparently, to get to him, I have to fight all these guys in front of me. So one by one, they were obliterated. And the knife in the neck, I loved it because you could see my face, the fear, and it's like, that's you, mother.
So like with you doing your own stunts, you received like some kind of training for that, or is this all just God-given ass-kicking ability?
No, I worked with John Hackerman to learn the fight scene that worked for me, and I trained with him for about a month. It was not easy, it was hard, because you have to learn the different moves, and especially when we filmed, we had to film very fast, so I had to learn the different moves to make sure that me or the other actors don't get hurt.
Okay.
That's why I was going to do a couple of knife fight scenes, but we didn't want to because of the chance of getting hurt. Because when you deal with knife fight scenes, you got to be careful. You can poke an eye out.
Right. Even with a prop knife, you can still.
You never know. Yeah.
As far as roles are concerned, like like I mentioned that you were Sinbad. I mentioned that you were Hercules. Everybody knows about the Hulk. Everybody knows who you were for that one. As far as you ever have any kind of like small annoyances with being recognized all the time, or just somebody like, hey Hulk, or like having somebody approach you at that, does it ever get kind of tedious sometimes? Like, can you actually just go to the store and get some milk? Is it even possible?
No, I don't mind, because there's a lot of actors that have done TV series they've forgotten. But to me, it's just I recognize all the time, and I'm happy. I know how to massage it because sometimes too much, I'll just tell the person. I just like to have my privacy, but people respect that. But I get recognized everywhere I go because of my physicality, also the way I look. I mean, I love it.
I got you. As far as roles go for television, a movie, or anything, was there any roles that you actually passed up on and regretted it later? Has that ever happened to you?
No, but there was a role that was taken from me. For example, I mentioned before, I was supposed to play Fezzik and Princess Bride. I flew to England to read for the part for Rob Reiner.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you're hired, you got the part, because at the time I was filming Sinbad. So when I got home back to Italy to film, they told me that I could not film Princess Bride because of the schedule conflict. I was devastated. There's another film I was supposed to be in called the Gladiator film. I won't get into it, but that apparently there was some, the politics involved because I was supposed to play the role of Maxim, but there was some jealousy involved, so that's why that didn't happen. But the truth is that nothing's going to stop me from this day on. Right?
Why? So,
You I'm okay?
Call a paramedic. So,
no, maybe two paramedics.
Oh, God. So you're in excellent shape because my arm is actually tingling. It's not even a joke.
Really?
Tell me a little bit about Ferrigno. I'm not playing. Like it's numb. Tell me a little bit about Ferrigno Fit.
It's a great website. I started with my daughter and I. It's a website teaches you how to become your own personal trainer. It's good for any, for example, called Incredibly Fit for any person. You get all kinds of meal plans for any age, any body, any type, all around the world. Like for example, if you don't want to train in the gym, if you want to train in your room, in your house, whatever equipment you have, it teaches you how to improvise what you have, and it's phenomenal.
That's awesome. Even couch potatoes like me is a plan for me.
Yeah, definitely. Because the truth is sometimes you don't want to have a trainer. Sometimes you can't afford a trainer. Sometimes you want the privacy. Sometimes you want to train when you feel like training. You have to make an appointment. But this, you could train yourself.
I got you. Now, a lot of people probably don't know about the anti-bullying campaign that you're supporting. So you said to us earlier that you were picked on, which I still cannot believe. But you mind kind of expounding on the anti-bullying campaign you guys are doing?
When I was young, I had to overcome adversity. I was a skinny kid. I got bullied. I got picked on, and I got to fight kids with children. They could be mean, so I got beat up a lot. So that's why I got into bodybuilding, working out, because I wanted to be strong and powerful. But I was made fun of, so I had to tolerate that. So that's why I talk to a lot of kids today that are bullied. I explain to people that are bullied, it's not you, it's the bully himself, because he's the one that has the insecurity, he's the one that transferred the anger. It could be a school teacher,
right.
It could be a parent, it could be online bullying.
Right, yeah, that's really serious lately. Like, to kind of lighten things up a bit, out of all the characters that you portrayed, which character would you actually have a beer with?
Have a what?
A beer, a drink.
Probably when I did Star Trek Continues Online, Zamahan from Another Planet, the evil slave trader, I would have a beer with him.
I thought you were gonna say you yourself from I love you, man.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I actually liked you in that.
That was hysterical.
That was a really good movie. You were really funny in that. But sir, thank you for doing this again. Seriously, because we screwed up. You've been awesome. You've been so awesome.
Just don't come back for number 3.
I will not. I promise you I won't.